Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome to the ScareCorp channel. Today we'll be looking at the Bear Grylls Paracord knife. Let's take a look. Alright, so the Bear Grylls knife comes in this kind of crappy packaging, Walmart style packaging, but yeah, we don't really care about that. So this knife is actually pretty sweet. Haven't had the chance to field test it yet. I just got it this afternoon. I've been playing with it a little bit, cutting just a couple of stuff here and there. But it is actually really good in the hand. So first of all, let's talk about a little bit about it. So it comes with this Kydex-like sheath that is actually pretty good and snug. And there is no rattle whatsoever, in this whole thing. So it's very snug. It's quite nice. And the nice thing about it is that it comes with 4 holes here that you can move the sheath around. So we'll talk about that a little later, and I'll show you some of the different ways we can actually use this. But for now, let's take a look at the knife itself. So there it is. Okay, so the blade length is 3.25 inches from pretty much the cutting edge. The overall length is 7.75. The thickness of the blade is just under 3/16 at 1.7 inches. The weight is about 3.5 ounces without the sheath and 5.75 with the sheath. So the other cool thing about it is got this really nice cutouts here called jimping. They're quite nice. They don't hurt your thumb, and you can actually dig in there quite nicely and still be able to control it. And it also comes with this nice finger choil, so you can really dive in there when you're cutting. You're pretty much doing whatever you want. So this comes full tang, obviously, and comes with this bright hunter's orange like paracord. I think it's 550. Comes with about 45 or 4 feet in length, 45 inches. So the blade is stainless steel, so that's pretty much the only downside that I can see at this point. So it won't keep an edge quite as nice, and sharpening it will take a little bit more effort. But it comes razor sharp straight out of the box. So the blade also has this clip point here, so comes to like a spear end, and they've designed this so you can actually do a little bit of stabbing with this and piercing. And that's because when you take the paracord out, there's actually a design to be able to use this paracord with a stick to create a spear out of this, and you can use it for piercing or throwing or whatever. So it's quite a nice design here. So let's take a look at how some of the ways that you can actually position this sheath and how you can actually wear it. Alright, so factory comes like this, pointed up, but there's different ways that you can actually have this on your belt. So let's take a look at some of the ways you can have it. So upright, so you can do side carry, back carry, kind of more in the front. And of course, you can do upside down carry like this. And last but not least, you can do the neck carry. So let me show you how that's all possible. Alright, so to be able to do any of this, you'll just need one of these Allen key wrenches. I don't know what size this is. It was on my on mine. It was not the smallest one, but the second last. So okay, so you have, like I said, 4 holes to play around with, and this one basically moves and positions any way you want it to. So let's just take a look at how that looks underneath. Okay, so you get this kind of nut and bolt thing. So I suggest that if you are going to be switching it and you find a perfect spot, that you like a carry spot, I would use some blue Loctite on that, and then it should not go anywhere. You should not lose it, especially if you've been playing with this a few times like I have. Alright, so and then in between you get these little rubber grommets. And that just kind of raises, because of the hump here, that raises the, see, that raises this thing here. So alright, so that's pretty much, you know, there's your side carry, or sorry, your up and down carry that way. This is your side carry. Upside down, and then without, if you want to just do neck, you could just take it off and it's nice and flat and actually pretty light. So one thing you might notice that the other YouTubers might not have on this knife is I happen to have Bear Grylls on both sides. So if you watch some of the other videos, they're saying, well, flip this thing over from here to here, and and because one side doesn't show the Bear Grylls side, so you can just cover that side, and then here it'll just be, the gray side. But I happen to have both. So, so if you're planning on getting this and you've seen the other videos, just to let you know that this model might exist here. I got it from Amazon here in Canada. But it was shipped from the States somewhere, so, I mean, that might not make a difference here. And before I forget, you also do get this Bear Grylls Survival Pocket Guide, which is actually very handy for anybody that hasn't experienced the great outdoors and in a survival situation. So it's made out of this kind of magazine style paper, so if it rains it's not going to get wet. It's a full page pretty much. So you get the ruler in inches, ruler in centimeters here. So it talks about some clothing, shelter, lean-to, A-frame, snow pit, kind of cool, tree pit, and the sheet shelter. Types of fires here. This one's the car battery one, very handy. And some signaling, of course, with your knife and a fire. Navigation. So different water sources and collection. How to build snares and traps. This is pretty useful. And your different types of knots and scavenging. So yeah, And I would carry this on me, and the best place to carry it that I've seen is, actually I took this thing off, but you can actually carry it right in there, just like that. Oops. Just like that. One thing I wanted to mention about this Hunter's Orange Paracord is that a lot of guys are actually swapping this out for OD green or black or whatnot. I just wanted to mention that I actually like this color, and I will not be switching out for mine. If anything, I'll be getting a little bit more of this and maybe extending it a little longer to about 5 feet or so. But the nice thing about this orange, you know, there's a lot of, you know, nice things about it. Is one, if it's hunting season, you know, just another, you know, piece of orange thing that somebody else could see you. And probably the biggest thing for me is that if I drop it in snow or in the dark or whatever, or even just put it down while I'm doing something else, it's going to be a lot easier to find and locate this knife. So, like, if you're, you know, putting OD green or black on it, you drop this thing, you might be looking for in the dark for a little while. You know, with this orange, you should be able to find it right away. You know, so if you're not trying to hide yourself, you know, in the woods or whatnot, then yeah, this bright orange is actually, you know, could actually work. All right, so like I said, this is not really chopping, carving, you know, video. That one might come if there's interest. I might actually, this will be my bush beater knife, so I will try to make some videos of that, and I'll be making general videos, and you might see this in them, so stay tuned and you might be able to see that as well. This is more of a, you know, a walkthrough and kind of get to know this knife here. So, well guys, I believe that is it for this video. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know down below. I'll be very happy to answer them. If you want to see more of these kind of videos, hit the subscribe button down below, and also hit the like button. That helps me out very much. And if you do subscribe, you'll get the videos as soon as they come out. Well guys, that is it for my time, and as always, I thank you for yours. Have a good one. Bye.